Okay, this is our quick review and comparison of Talkbox Mom to 1/3 Stories books from a homeschooling perspective. Of course, they are different languages. We were studying Japanese with someone that we knew, and of course all of that kind of, ended with COVID and everything. So we decided to order this and give it a try. So this is the first thing that we bought. So let me just put this one aside for a minute. So we had to buy the book separately, but what it is that it comes with these folders, and in each folder you kind of get, we had a fun sheet, family goals, what we wanted to accomplish, and this one is about snacks in the kitchen. So then we got these cards, a weekly tracker, a mini snack chart with the different names and things like do you want, challenge check sheet, snack time. So you can see there are a whole bunch of different things. Are you hungry? Yes, I am hungry. Do you want your apple peeled? Do you want apple slices? Do you want a cracker? And so on and so forth. So it's all about the kitchen and food. So first of all, I'll explain a little bit about us. We have one child that we are homeschooling, and he is 10 years old. And this was our first experience with Talkbox. It also comes with an app, and they have a native speaker who goes through and reads all of these so that you can get the correct pronunciation. So what I think about Talkbox was that it was not the right fit for our family. Now that doesn't mean it won't be the right fit for you, because I think the idea is really good that you can put these up in the kitchen or wherever it might be convenient for you to refer to them so that your family can talk about things, because really, if you're learning a language, it's kind of difficult to find something that has everyday words that you might actually use. A lot of language learning is travel and things like that. At least that's what we ran into, and especially with Japanese, because it's just there's not much out there for kids. I feel like the reason it didn't work for us is that these are just things that we don't talk about much. So the whole idea is that you use these things, they're words that you say every day and that you get used to them, and so it becomes kind of second nature to say them. But I wonder if it's because my son is 10, maybe if I had younger children as well, we would talk more about snack time and do you want this or do you want that? We kind of have it set up to where my son can just go in the kitchen and he has snacks available to him that he can get. And he knows that unless we're close to a meal, he is free to go and help himself. So that we don't say a lot of this stuff, honestly. So I don't think it's a bad system. I think with younger kids or maybe a bigger family, it would have worked. But I think in the end, we just kind of decided it didn't work for us. But that's kind of the overview that you can see. So you get, several weeks of things. You also get some cards for week 3, and as you can tell, we didn't even open them because we didn't quite make it that far. But the whole thing kind of focuses on a theme, and then each box you get is a different theme. So that's Talkbox Mom. So the next thing that we tried is the 1/3 Stories. Now, a couple things about this. I looked at the ages that they suggest, and my son is, I can't remember if he was right on the line or maybe a little bit old for these, but I decided to give it a try anyway. So here's what we got. We have an activity book, and this goes through, has a bunch of different activities, and it uses some of we got this in Spanish, as you can see. I couldn't find anything, they don't have Japanese on the 1/3 Stories. I think it's a much more limited selection. I think it's Spanish, French, I can't remember if they have Italian and German. Definitely check into it. I know they said they're going to be trying to add some new languages, I think, but we went ahead and got Spanish. So all of the activities, they use the Spanish words. And it has this little build a dinosaur. Has some cards with English on the front, Spanish on the back. And then we have a little paint by number or color by number. And that's kind of nice because you're going to be using these, you know, I'm thinking it can kind of help you to look at these in the different language and learn them as you're doing this. And of course, then there's all the other words that you learn, English and Spanish. And the activity book, I think, has the key. Yeah, here's the key for the coloring. My son's not a huge fan of coloring, but I think we're going to go ahead and do it and see if that is something that helps him with the words. So anyway, so here's the book. You get the book and you get an audio file with the book so that you know the pronunciation of the Spanish words. So the whole idea here is that we start out in English, and the story is kind of a repetitive story, and what they do is they start adding in words in your new language. So as you can see, they start replacing words with Spanish. And so we read through this book just once, and I was already surprised that looking at the cards and reading through this, my son is already picking up on these Spanish words. And so I have to say, I was rather impressed. And this is just the first time that we kind of ran through it just to see what we thought of it. And I really liked it too. I had high school Spanish, and I haven't had Spanish for, you know, 30 years or something. Maybe not quite that long. I'm not quite that old, but, you know, 25 years. And I haven't used it since high school. And all of this stuff I felt like was starting to come back to me. And I was like, wow, this is really great. So it could just be our learning style. It could be, you know, the age or the fact that we just have one child. But for us, we felt like this is going to be a much better fit, and we're really excited to, you know, to continue on. We're definitely going to keep getting these 1/3 stories and try and progress with Spanish. I do wish they had more languages, because we were really kind of hoping to move forward on Japanese. But that's okay. You know, I think we just want to learn any language at this point. And this is something that we can really study ourselves at home. And I think we're really going to pick up a number of words and hopefully some grammar too as we progress. So anyway, that is our quick overview of these two different systems. And I certainly hope that one of them works for your homeschooling family. So that's it for now. Check out our other videos for more homeschool reviews. Bye-bye.